Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. It didn't really feel like Sunday today, guys, because we had all kinds of stuff going on, and then we also didn't watch any football games other than the Bears game, which was on tonight. And I didn't really get into the game because it didn't really feel like a great football game because, I don't know, the Bears didn't play really well. So, yeah, guys. We ended up making all of our Christmas cookies. I think pretty much. This is what I made. These are the like pretzels with the Rolos, and then you melt the pretzels in you melt the Rolo chocolate in the microwave, or not in the microwave, in the oven, and then you can put the second one on top, or you can do it with like a turtle, or make it into like a turtle, like if you do with I think we put a pecan on top. I've also done them before with like M&Ms or other little like candies. I think you can do them with Hershey Kisses and M&Ms as well, but like on the like wafer kind of like pretzel. So we made some of those. These are one of Matthew's favorite kinds. Then I got a thing of almond bark. So we covered some of the Oreo cookies and did them like covered Oreo cookies with some holiday sprinkles on there as well. Obviously the Oreos are pre-made cookies already, but we just kind of spiced them up a little bit. And then that took about half of the bark or so, and then we used the other half to do the pretzel rods. So we did a bunch of pretzel rods with the almond bark, and then some sprinkles on there as well. And then my mom ended up making all the dough for most of the other cookies. So we did, I think they're called blossom cookies, the peanut butter cookies with the kisses in the middle as well. And then these have butterscotch chips in them. I'm not sure, maybe they're butterscotch or like blondies or something. I don't know what they're called, but they're good cookies. And these, I believe, are just gingerbread cookies. And then these were actually some pre-made cookies dough that they had left, my mom had left over from some that they bought before. And then these were all sugar cookies, which I did buy some pre-made, not the pre-made sugar cookie dough, but like just the pre-made mix at Aldi that you just have to add like the ingredients to or whatever, like the wet ingredients, but all the dry ingredients is added. We did, however, today end up having a little bit of a scare, a little bit of a fire scare, because I actually came in here and I was like, something smells a little funny. As we were making the Christmas cookies and everything like that, everybody's in the kitchen all baking stuff and things like that, and sitting right here, so we have our two, which now there's other stuff on here, but there's two trays that we have, or not trays, two card tables that are out, so that we could rest some of the cookies to cool in here. And all of a sudden I came in here to actually put something down, and I started smelling something that smelled a little funky. And then all of a sudden I looked, and my mom has got fake candles, in these things, and they're twinkling and stuff like that, and some in here, and this was on, or this is on still, and stuff like that. But I'm smelling something. I was like, what is that smell? It smells like something's kind of burning. My mom had lit this candle this candle going, and had not this bag, but there's a bag of our Christmas cookie cutters was sitting here on top of this, like this, which I think somebody had picked up, was on like the table here while we were doing cookies, and then moved it here, not even realizing. And all of a sudden I came in here and I found that the bag had started to get a hole in it and was starting to be burned through, along with one of the cookie cutters. So luckily I came in here when I did actually, again, to put something down in here, and noticed it before it could have caught this entire whole thing on fire. So we had a little scare that literally had nothing to do with the actual oven or anything like that, actual like Christmas baking. It had to do with a candle almost starting a bag on fire with Christmas cookie cutters in it. That would have then ended up like catching this whole thing on fire. So luckily it was probably only like a couple seconds. Only one of the cookie cutters, which was a plastic one, ended up actually getting like a little melty. So we had to throw that one out, but I don't think, oh no, it was this bag. You guys can see right here, this hole in here. This is actually where the candle started to melt the plastic of the bag. And I believe we threw out the cookie cutter that was being melted. So yeah guys, it was a little scary for today, that we had a real run-in with real fire, and it again didn't happen to come in any other, like, you know, you think of like, oh, like a fire during the holidays. Sometimes candles, I guess, come to mind, but you know, like a accident where somebody got burned or something, you think like, oh, there was like a problem with the stove, or like, you know, a real Christmas tree that ended up catching on fire and something happened. No, with us it was somebody lit a candle and ended up putting a bag on top of the candle, or next to the candle, I think was what happened. And then it actually, because you know, like the bag was probably sitting like this and then it tipping over, yeah, and ended up starting on fire. So like I saw it and I was like, that candle, like, you know, the flameless one that I thought it was, the electric, you know, wickless, you know, candle, I was like, wow, that is really bright. Like, you know, I was like, something just didn't seem right. And then I started smelling something too, and I was like, something also doesn't smell right. And Matthew came in here earlier with the I saw him, he came in with the lighter, you know, because he went to go light the candle, and he came back into the kitchen with it. And I was like, oh, like, you know, thinking like, what did he need that for? That he like was lighting in the kitchen or the living room and came back in the kitchen with. And then that's when I put 2 and 2 and then 3 together, when, you know, it didn't look right, it didn't smell right. And I remember that Matthew came out of there earlier with it. So I don't know who ended up moving the bag though there, but the candle had been going for a while before I think the bag was then moved to where it was, and then ended up, like I said, catching on fire. Which it never caught on fire, it just started to melt the plastic. So we, like I said, were able to definitely catch it before anything bad happened. But we were all standing right here, and so I mean, we would have at least seen it, you know, probably if anything else had caught on fire or it started spreading or something. But again, it was contained to the wick in the candle. It just started melting the plastic, and the plastic, one of the plastic cookie cutters got it bad. So yeah, we got our Christmas cookies done. I think we're gonna decorate though the sugar cookies and the gingerbread cookies probably tomorrow. My dad does have to work, but then he is off Tuesday through Thursday, and then you know, for Christmas and everything like that. I got half of my Christmas presents decorated. Actually, Matthew also got his Christmas presents decorated. So these are his. He decided he was going to make it really hard and put what's that stuff called, duct tape on his presents to make it really hard for people to open his. My little presents are over here in this corner. I wrapped one for my mom, one of the 3 that I got for my mom, both of the ones for Jack, all of the ones for the puppies, which are in the dogs, I guess, all of them are right here. And then I wrapped 2 of the 3 for my dad. I've still got Matthew's to finish wrapping, and I have, again, the 2 for my mom, and I've got one for, what was I gonna say? I've got one for, oh no, both of Matthew's, one for my mom, or 2 for my mom, and then the 1 for my dad left to wrap. But a couple of the things I have to figure out, like I probably need to get like a container to put some of them, not a container, but like a little box or something, a few of them, because one for my dad, I tried to put it in something, it didn't fit, so I need to probably find something else, because they're all like weird shaped things. I showed you guys all in yesterday's vlog. But I can't like wrap them the way they are, most likely. I did a couple of them that I was like, oh, these are kind of weird shapes, but they ended up actually working out pretty well. So I got at least half of that done today as well, and then I'll probably finish up with the rest of it tomorrow. But even the dogs, I just wrapped regularly, and I wanted to do it because one year Bliss did try and open up one of Matthew's presents. I think it had like candy inside of it, and she actually was taking like the wrapping off of it, and so I kind of want to see if they can figure it out, especially if like you squeak the toy, because I got them all squeaker toys. You know, if they notice that they like can take the wrapping paper off, and you know, see if they'll do it, or if they try and get get to the present or whatever. So I wanted to make it easy for them to get to. So I didn't want to like put it in a box so I could wrap it easier and make it look nice. It's just for the dogs, like they don't care anyway, you know, but yeah, still like want some things to at least look kind of nice. I did a good job actually wrapping Jack's presents. Those were probably the best looking ones I did. But anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.